This is BBC Radio 4, where pop poet, dreamer and Barbican stage doorkeeper Julian Fox continues his somewhat alternative guide to architecture now in episode 4 of Julian Fox Concrete Poetry.
This week, I found it quite difficult focusing on the subject of architecture. I seem to get caught up with other distractions. He's moved out, my flatmate, and it feels very quiet without him. I mean, I think I feel okay. We actually had a meal together on our last night. It was lovely. I was really surprised. We hardly ever ate together. Maybe when he first moved in we had something. He cooked roast beef and all the trimmings, and I bought some Ben & Jerry's for dessert. We watched a bit of TV together. Kind of sad it won't happen again. Been looking on the internet at work. I want to go and take a look at the Delaware Pavilion in Bexhill-on-Sea. It's supposed to be an amazing bit of modernist architecture, built in the 30s. I found quite a bit of information, lots of technical stuff, which I've sort of grasped, but it's on the coast. I haven't had a day at the seaside in a long time. An openness of glass provided by a steel structure. Inventive solutions facilitated by modernism. Old materials dance with the new. White walls cantilever against laminate floors. An unusual spaciousness is favoured. Plywood, aluminium, and a new perspective towards the ocean. Just try getting my train ticket online. It's a day save, only £10. Covers the whole southern region. A bit anxious though, because I put in all my details, but when I clicked the confirmation button, it all went a bit funny. Next page didn't say anything like, "Thank you for booking," or "Congratulations, your payment's gone through." It was just a blank screen, with a few numbers on top. I just had my dinner. I went to watch my Ally McBeal DVD. Opened the box up. One of the discs is missing. The one with the episode I got up to. I've looked everywhere for it. I'm sure he's taken it with him. I mean, he had loads of DVDs, and I am quite bad at putting them back in the correct box. Just send him a text. Still, it meant that I did some reading. I finished my architecture book. 3 months. Can't believe it took me that long. I mean, if I really were an architect, I'd have to be much quicker. I mean, I'm sure it's a very competitive industry. Deconstructivism was a subject that was in my book, but I didn't really understand it, but that's okay. I don't know what my favourite chapter was. I quite like looking at all the pictures of iconic buildings in faraway places, yeah. They look nice. Most of them were built many years ago. The architects of them are now dead, although in my head I still talk to them. I have so many questions. Hey Mr. Le Corbusier, what do you think of the buildings of today? Oh, the skyscrapers and airports and blocks of new apartments, yeah. Hey there, lovely Mr. Mies van der Rohe. If you were here right now, then I'd love to know what your favorite building is of the 20th century. I've just started another book. New London Architecture. Thought I'd come in here to read it. This used to be my bedroom, but I wanted it to be my workspace. I moved my futon into the other room this morning. Well, I must admit, it does look a bit empty in here without it. So, I have slept in here for nearly 8 years. I should see it as a new beginning. The day save ticket never arrived. I checked my bank account, no money's gone through. Still, I've come to the Sainsbury's on the Greenwich Peninsula instead. I've wanted to see it for a long time. I was reading about it, and I thought, well, I can't keep learning about buildings from books. I have to get out there, be amongst them all. Well, it's supposed to be an ecological building. It's quite hard to tell. I saw some wind turbines outside, but they're not going round. Still, it's quite spacious in here. Much nicer than the other Sainsbury's I've been to. Columns cantilever from large concrete pads. Wide flanged beams span across the girders. All surfaces placed in a rectangular core along the east-west axis. Structural steel exposed. A closer inspection reveals how maximum advantage can be gained from a restricted location. I'm now in the Greenwich Millennium Village, also mentioned in the book. It's quite amazing. Looks as if it's made of Lego, all different colours. Although, I noticed that some people have put up net curtains, which, well, I don't think goes with the look of the place. There's an ecology park over there. Leads on to the Thames Path. Might go and have a look. I've come right up to the Thames flood barrier. I don't think I've walked this far up the river before. I'm in the cafe in the visitors centre. The woman here is really nice. She's quite maternal. Looked like they were about to close. I hadn't had any lunch. She said, "No, come in. What would you like?" She made me a chicken salad sandwich and a cup of tea. Told me all about the barrier. I don't quite understand how it all works. If I designed it, I'd have made it to look a bit more fancy. I've had a nice day though. I mean, I'm not sure that I feel any more like an architect. Maybe an explorer. Hey Mr. Le Corbusier, what do you think of the buildings of today? All the skyscrapers and airports and blocks of new apartments, yeah. Tried sleeping in there last night. I slept terribly. I don't know, maybe it was the paint smell. I mean, the windows don't open properly. But I also woke up in the middle of the night really panicky. I was having a dream that someone had broken in and had come into the room. I didn't know what to do, whether to say anything or not. I ended up moving the mattress back into here, where I used to sleep. I just sent him another text message asking about the DVD. He hadn't responded to the last one. I don't know, maybe I should move on to the next disc, but it means having to skip 2 episodes. I might not understand what's going on. Anyway, I'm on the train home now. I could pop round, I guess. Have a cup of tea. Flatmate's gone, I'm all alone now. In this 2-bedroom flat with a garden. Not sure how much I like it now. This was my dream, but it just feels so empty. Strange seeing you leave. I'm hoping that it wasn't something I did. I don't want guilty. So please tell me that I wasn't difficult to live with. Not sure whether to find someone to share this space, my home. Don't know what I want. Maybe I will love living on my own eventually. I don't know whether I can really afford it. Anyway, why did you have to leave? Please come back to me. I'm sorry for what I did. I now feel so guilty. I know I was difficult to live with. Please come back to me. And is it still tidy? I'm sorry for what I did. I now feel so guilty. And what are you talking about? I know I was difficult to live with. I got a text from him saying that he's looked, but it wasn't there. I don't think he looked very hard. It can't be anywhere else. He also asked if his bank card's been delivered here. I don't know. He has had a couple of letters. I don't really want to get involved, to be honest. I had some dinner, sardines on toast. Then I tried watching the next disc of Ali. It was the episode where she bumps into Glenn, her ex-boyfriend, and they start seeing each other again, but it doesn't work out. I really enjoyed it. Didn't seem to matter that I'd missed a couple. It was nice having a couple of days off work, but I actually think I'm quite glad to be back. I mean, yesterday, the only person I spoke to was the woman at the Thames Barrier. Tried moving the mattress back into the other room last night. I do want to try and have my old room as a creative workspace. Actually, I think I might have had a lot of cheese that night I couldn't sleep. Anyway, it was fine. I slept like a baby. Greenwich Millennium Village was designed by Erskine Tovat, EPR, Proctor Matthews Architects. Sainsbury's Greenwich Peninsula was designed by Chetwood Associates and received a RIBA award in 2000. They described it as an excellent building, full stop, which I can understand.
Julian Fox Concrete Poetry was produced by Seb Barwell at Angel Eye for BBC Radio 4. It was written and performed by Julian Fox.